Hi, my name is Jason Go Lake Jean and this is my video for the PRG4205E individual assignment. This video will examine the end-to-end ERP business process from the lens of Protect Gear SDN BHD, a Malaysian company that specializes in designing and manufacturing protective gear. As the company grows, it has replaced legacy systems and processes with ERP modules and processes to meet increased demand.
Hi, I am Mr. Kumar, CEO of Protect, and I will be guiding you through this section. To start, what is the forecast for Q2 of this year, Ms. Sophia?
Sure thing. We have detected a rising demand for safety helmets. Through a combination of historical data, market trends, and sales analytics, we estimate a total of 1,500 units of our SafeX08 model safety helmets will need to be produced to meet demand.
Awesome. Let's produce the required amount of that model and store them in our warehouse as MTS. Please inform the rest of Protect about my decision.
On it, sir.
Now, we move on to sales and operations planning, SOP. It consists of 3 steps that will be explained by our COO, Mr. Nathan.
Thank you, sir. Let's start with the sales plan. Using data from the forecast and accounting for other factors like ad campaigns and sponsorships, the sales plan outlines our target sales of 1,500 units for Q2 of this year and how to achieve it. Moving on, the production plan will then detail the process of manufacturing the units in their targeted amount. This involves ensuring the produced units are manufactured cheaply, efficiently, and timely. Lastly, the rough cut capacity plan will determine whether there is enough manpower, machinery, and raw materials to produce the required amount of units.
Speaking of capacity, I have received word that our work center is only capable of producing 400 SafeX units per month.
That will not be a problem. I will simply expand our labor pool and invest in more machinery to increase the monthly production rate.
What's that, Ms. Sophia? Gamuda Berhad has placed an order for 300 units of our SafeX08 helmets. Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Sophia. This makes a nice segue to the next step in the ERP process. Demand management is the process of forecasting, planning and managing customer demands for a business products and services. More importantly, it is the link between strategic planning and detailed planning. This process can be done manually or using previous planning results like SOPs and forecasts and typically results in a demand program. The demand program is generated from a combination of planned independent requirements, TIR, which refers to our Q2 forecast of selling 1500 units in this case, and customer independent requirements, CIR, referring to Gamuda Berhad's order of 300 units. They are then fed into MPSs and MRPs, which form the bedrock of the next major stage of the ERP process, detailed planning.
Created user.
Hi, I'm Miss Ling, the line manager of Protect and your guide for this section. For starters, what is a master production schedule, MPS? It is an overall plan for assessing the production of finished goods. This encompasses what we produce, how much we produce, and when we will produce it. Aside from that, MPS also helps a company distinguish planning methods based on whether the materials have strong profit influence or use critical resources or not. Since we are using the MTS method as decreed by Mr. Kumar, our MPS will be focused on scheduling finished goods only. Speaking of schedules, what will be the production plan for next month, Miss Kate?
Based on our demand program and projected production capacity, I have set a target of 150 SafeX08 units produced per week for next month.
Great. As you can see, a demand program is required for MPS and the MPS essentially converts it into the business production plan. In short, it is the link between planning and implementation. Now that we have a production plan, it's time to use materials requirement planning, MRP, to ensure we have the available materials needed for the plan. MRP works by calculating net requirements, comparing available warehouse stock and scheduled receipts and planning all levels of the bill of materials, BOM, which is a list of components that comprise an assembly or product. Outputs of MRP include planned purchase orders, production details, and more. What's that? We have a shortage of 700 kilograms of ABS plastic for our SafeX08 helmets. I'll have Miss Sasha on the case.
I will generate a purchase requisition for 700 kilograms of ABS plastic. I choose Tory Plastics Malaysia as our supplier due to their reputation for reliable and high-quality ABS products. Yes, I have confirmed the purchase requisition PO313 for delivery of 700 kilograms of Tory ABS plastic to Protec. When will the delivery be complete? Oh, the materials will be delivered by next week? Excellent.
Hello Ms. Sasha, sorry for the wait. Can you confirm that you are satisfied with the contents of our delivery, ma'am?
Everything seems to be in order. As always, thank you for your reliable services.
No problem.
And that is how MAP deals with sudden material shortages within an ERP business process. Most businesses, including ours, will have their system automatically generate the goods received in the system, as well as update the inventory levels for the materials in question.
With the material stock and our production plans finalized, we can start working on producing the SafeX08 safety helmets in the next and final stage of the ERP business process, manufacturing execution.
Created using Powtoon.
Hi, I am Ms. Tasha, the floor supervisor for Protec and the guide of this section. This stage starts out with the production proposal, which plans production of a certain product at a certain quantity and location on a certain date using certain supplies. For now, we have created the production proposal number 1000 for 150 units of SafeX08 units. Availability checking is automatically done and displayed as availability logs to confirm we have enough resources, manpower and machinery to proceed, which we do. We then move on to production order. A production order controls production operations and its associated costs. Since we passed the availability check, we can now release the production order to our floor team so they can start working on it.
Alright floor team, make sure you have your routing points, material master views, work center schedules and more documents printed and ready before we begin production. Before we perform material withdrawal, we must first reserve the materials. Here, we reference the BOM to see what materials we need and if they are available. Since we have enough ABS plastic, we can reserve them, withdraw them and proceed with manufacturing.
Confirmations that monitor manufacturing progress throughout the production lifecycle are conducted to ensure product quality. Since the safety helmets have been produced, the order is now complete and one last confirmation will be issued for realistic production control. From there, the goods receipt will be posted and the inventory updated to confirm the SafeX08 models are now in stock. Finally, we conduct order settlement to settle the actual incurred costs of production by performing cost analysis reporting. After that, our product is ready for purchase. Before conducting sales, we gather all necessary information on potential customers to ensure negotiations and sales are successful. We also account for any inquiries they may have in our quotations.
Hi, MS Tasha. I would like to purchase the first half of the 300-unit batch of SafeX08 model safety helmets we requested.
Understood. I will generate a quotation for 150 units with each helmet costing RM 400. Your sales order will cost RM 60,000 and be delivered in a week.
I accept.
With the sales order confirmed, we will perform availability checking again. Since we have enough units in stock, I will create a picking list that determines the picking date, quantity, location and more.
We have found the stock based on what the picking list provided. After that, we pack up the goods with proper packaging, labeling and more before sending them for shipping.
Now I will authorize the product shipment, generate the goods issue, update our inventory, prepare the appropriate delivery documents and send the invoice to Mr. Rajesh.
I have received the invoice and completed the payment. Now all I need to do is wait for my delivery.
Finally, the customer receives their order, concluding the ERP process.
That concludes my video. Thanks for listening.
Created using Powtoon.